and welcome back to hopefully hour and day 16 of our Railtrek Secluded City build. I reckon we're finished today, no problem, I say. So first of all, let's pop this to one side, although we will be needing it. We are starting off with these pieces. Whoops, we didn't get my book to hand. I went and picked everything and then just put it down. So we start off with some of these. It's got quite a burr on the back of it, of all places. Quite a strange place for a burr to be. Oh, it's gone now. Just got attached to something, I guess. So you want the smaller end of these towards the top. And I'm going to thread these through, so I'm not gluing them or anything. And you want 3 of these on. That does have a burr on top though. Get rid of that. So starting nice and easy for today, that's what we like. 1, 3. Do the same with the other one, just making sure it's facing upwards. And 3. Once you get the first one in, these are quite easy to do. 1. Make sure it's up the right way. 2. 3. I forgot I'd moved her bed. She's let me know about it. And then just glue these on the end. Let me do that, and then I'm going to sort her out. And also what we need to glue on is these pieces. So let's get this on. Get that done. And go and sort Munchkin again. Okay. This one on the end. And then we just attach this to the train. So nice big pieces. And the top goes on. I think I need another piece, which I don't have. That's a bit more confusing than I wanted. It's going like this. Wrong, I will look it up. Okay, I need these tiny pieces put in this hole, which are grey pieces, and then this one with it being bent downwards on side like so. Very delicate, more delicate than I anticipated. Let me put this in first. Do the same on this one before I lose it. So it does have decoration on this as well, and you want it like so. So it does move, but you're not doing anything with it, so it doesn't matter. Hold on. Okay. So it's identical on the pattern side, like so. This, and then that goes onto the train. Does it just glue on? That's the question. It does look like it does. So it goes with the small end at the top. So one for this side, like this way round, and it looks like it just catches here. Oh, that came straight out. Wrong side now. You'd hope that it caught on something. I don't see anything it would really catch on. I think it literally just goes under here, like so. And this goes right to here. So it looks like it's just going to be glued on. Okay then. Alright, that's what we will do. Let's not use that though. Not if we want to see it done. I just covered you up and you moved. You're a silly monkey. I'll go out soon, she's not going to like that. Okay, so a little bit at the top. Put some on the way in case it touches here. And then put some on here. Don't know really where it's going to touch and where it isn't. And I'm going to put a bit on the back here to make sure it doesn't fall out. It's a very delicate piece. Okay, let's give that a second or two. I'll just do the other side and that will be done. While we're waiting to put the other side on, we'll move on to the next part, which I think we can dispense with this for a moment. Okay, so we want one of these on each end of this, and I think these cylinders were the ones that we also used for doing some of the wire, using for some of the wire. Okay, these are loose. A bit of wood glue is going to be needed. And they need to go to the end, just like so. And the same both sides. That's one. Need to make two of them. Just make sure they're facing the same direction, the red parts. No idea what they're for. Okay, then while that's doing that, we put in these steps. Now they are all different sizes, so you have two the same, that one looks the same, let's see, what's that one? That's the same as this one. So you want the bigger one at the bottom, so away from this tab, going in here, and the other two in here. So bigger, medium. Probably should put the big one on last, huh? I thought it was going so well. A small one. These are our steps, which will go at the back of the train. And again, make two, rinse and repeat. Like so. I want to paint the outside, doesn't it? But now I haven't painted really any of it. I'm not so sure if I should. Kinda wanna. Rinse and repeat, she says, when she can't even get the first one on right. I gotta stop touching this one. It's like I'm perfectly happy where I am. Stop messing with me. Okay, put that one in last this time. But can have some wood glue sitting there getting ready. You will definitely need glue on these, by the way, they are actually quite loose. Okay, I'll leave them a second. Can't help myself, can I? Okay, I'll switch this over to the other side. Again, I'll go like so. So let's put it on the end again. On this side, where it's going to touch, maybe. On the top, on the bottom, on here. And that can go on. And I think that's what you're doing with this. I mean, it kind of looks how it is. It's not really attached by the looks of it with any holes or anything like that. The spoke thing that isn't going into anything else. Right, then what we're going to do then is, it's possible that I should wait for this to dry, is in the bottom of this we have those holes. Do you remember we went over them last time? So these are going to go in these holes here, and the steps are going to go on the edge. So, Juliet. Right. Because I don't want to be pushing it, I am definitely going to make these bigger. And also going to apply a bit of wood glue in there. And this could be having a moment. And of course at this stage you can't really put much weight anywhere. He's on the move. Wish I'd probably done this before I did some of the other stuff. Okay, it is in. Let me go and struggle to put the other one in. Actually, let's put these steps in on this side as well while we're at it. And these are just going to point outwards. Pesky step. The bottom step's like, yeah, let's move. Well, one of mine's definitely more further forward than the other one. That'll be okay. Okay, again. Of course the step fell out. Okay, that was in. Fiddly fiddler. There we go. Okay. Change my mind on the glue. Okay. These steps are actually more of a nightmare than I thought they'd be, I have to be honest with you. Like that bottom step is just extra annoying. But I've started with wood glue and I am going to carry on. It will take eventually. Trying to put it on in situ isn't best either. Wow. How can it be so difficult? Don't touch. Telling myself. Okay. Next, I need to turn the page. Always good news. A bit of tissue stuck with me now. Okay. 2 parts done. Third one. This one's reasonably straightforward. We're just going to put it on here so it does have a decorative side to it. And a plain side. Your decorative side upwards, probably going to be a bit tricky to see. And this should be okay with wood glue. So make sure it's not on the decorative side. Went in and came straight back out. I'm more sticky than the wood, obviously. Seriously. Doesn't help it's starting to get dark in here, not because of the time of day. Must be yet another storm coming. Decorative side is still on top. I'm wearing most of this glue. Then the heart faces which way? Looks like a heart on it, doesn't it? What does it say? That is so unhelpful. Okay then. I will have the heart facing towards the steam. Like so. Just pop it on top. Centre it somewhat. My steam things definitely could have been straighter. Don't touch, don't touch. Right, anything else for this section? That's done. We are now onto the carriage, so I'm going to go and wash my hands. And we can make a start on that. It did have a peg to join them together, so I was as much as my disbelief that it wouldn't have it yesterday, it does. So I'll be back. Now a lot of this I'm going to try and do in a different order because it sounds like it's going to be a nightmare, but let's put this to one side. It does look delightful. You can see what I mean about it. It has a lot of decor in it, more than I anticipated it would. Love the little, I mean these decorative parts, of course, the best part of it, although that one's crooked. Don't touch the darn steps. Oh my goodness. Alright, back in a mo. Okay, most of the glue off, I think. So, first of all, I'm going to start with these because we have more steps to do. And again, different sizes. So let's start with the top ones. I'm just going to get these taken. So outside has a little bit of decor on it, so watch which way you're putting them round. Get all the glue on, ready to take. I thought that was my lift here, and it's like, it's not time. I had a panic attack. And then these ones go in as well, but they're not as important at this stage. So doing 4 steps. But being how much hassle I had before on the engine, I thought if I get these taken, then whatever we do with this, we should be golden. Of course, I'm going to put my hand on all the glue. It's on the wrong side. Didn't check that. Checked it on one and not the other. My gardener, I paid him in advance and he never came back. Here's someone else outside doing their garden, which is what made me think of this. Anyway, I paid him in advance and the lad did not come back to finish. I know the weather's been really up and down, but nevertheless quite a disappointment because I've had him a few years now and he's always been so reliable. It's only a young lad. So now I'm not even sure he's going to. And so many times you want to remind these people, huh? Without turning into the mode you wouldn't want to be, where the mother might complain at you for being a pain and giving their son hassle. Even if he didn't fulfill, bigger for me, really, for trusting. And I've done it in the past, you know, but never had a problem. But this year, year older maybe. Perhaps if I hold it at the end to put this in. And we don't need this for a bit, well, a few minutes at least. And the last ones. I might as well put those bits in her as well, get them out of the way. And then we get on to what I was meant to do. Plain on both sides. Doesn't need glue. Okay. over there you go. Right, now onto this. So we have our spoke here, which is going to go through the yellow wheels, no decoration, and then through this one, like so. I'm not going to glue them, I want them to have some movement, I think. And through here, and here there is a little bit of decoration on the red ones, so I'll go and check that other one. Oh, did it automatically. And then we are putting this in, but I'm not going to do that straight away either. I'm going to grab the piece that I need, which is this one, put these in the bottom first. So this is facing that way. Need the wheels kind of more towards the front, so like so. Put these in. Not decorative at all. Okay, so I'm going to leave that. So I haven't glued these in. Hopefully that'll be okay. Finish that one. I'm going to do these. So these just go on here, but before we do that we need to do these. So they have no decoration on whatsoever. All four of them need this piece in. And then I'll go out and come back and finish off, but it'll probably be dark, or darker than it already is. Get those in. And these will need gluing onto here, I think, because they're just slotted in at the ends, and I think whenever you get anything like that where it's slotted in at the ends, it's more difficult. Get this one on. I'll try and get them on the model before I have to go. And you know, it's like if you start rushing, you're asking for trouble. Here, right into the corner. With the, like the window sill or such, pointing outwards, they are quite loose. So it was wise to glue. As you can see, very loose. Could have used B7000 for speed, but I didn't. Not the last one. Right, I will be back in a few moments for you, and we'll carry on. Alrighty, so now I'm back. Very much has had time to dry, so let's very much in two minds whether I use B7000 or wood glue, but let's make a start. And hopefully there's enough light So looks like it's going to go in these, going forward. So get these two in, and you know it doesn't anything to do with it whatsoever. It goes then in this one. Okay, that's not where I anticipated it going. Still managed to move this one. Ooh. It would have been easier to have put this in first while it was flat. Probably a few of them. Okay, so let's get this done again for all of them I have left. That's one in. And two. Okay, and these ones just go on the end. Like so. She says before she's even done it, just like so. In some ways I like the way that they just slide in, but you know that they're always going to be very loose. And that's the way that's looking. And then we put these ones on, which are just going to fit on top like so. They have the same decoration on, so it doesn't really matter which way round they go. I'm going to put a little bit on these doors in case they touch it. Particularly Mr. Wobble here. Oh, I moved the others anyway. Okay, clips it in. Push those forward. Okay. Do the same with the other side. We are really getting there now. I knew it wouldn't be long when I got back. Same with these. The darker one. Down, push the doors forward. Oh, the windows that they probably are. Just line all that up. Back there in the front. Hold that for a moment. And then we are putting doors in. Just throw those on the show. Okay. Of course I did. There we go. Okay, now put these in here, and you want it with the slope going down towards the end. Very difficult to know what to hold. So decoration. No. And that broke that off. Okay. In which case, get glue on here too. Do you notice nothing phases me when something breaks? It's like, yeah, kind of got used to it a bit. Okay. tricky to know where to hold though, I will say. Yeah, tight there. Square peg in the round hole situation. I'm sure you've heard of that expression, and that's definitely how it is. So it's like that. And these two go on the ends with the holes towards the middle. I'll see if there's any decor. There is a little decor on here, just a square going around it. It's on both sides, okay. And these will go in like so, which is a lot easier to do. I want them quite, yeah, we can get them touching. Same on this one. That's that. Looks pretty fine, doesn't it? And then I think we put the roof on. Is that next? Not quite. But we only have 4 pieces left. Oh, this is the one I was going to try and remember to do beforehand, and I did not. So these are going in here, like they're a back railing. And we have 2 of them. Okay. Other than having tacky all over me now. I was going to do that, I saw this as well, and I was going to do it before I put them in, and then as you saw I probably forgot. Put it in, it probably came out. And the last one. And put the roof on. And join the 2 of them together, and that is our model finished. That fitted in perfectly. Okay, right, roof. So it's going to be the same as the others. So I'm going to put B7000 on the top in the middle. I'm going to use a little bit of super glue on the sides. For speed. Okay. She's actually barking at my knitting. Leave it. Leave. And I want it roughly central. A little bit over the front and back. So more even with the front. And more over on the back. So hold just a second. And do this side. She's such a character. Leave, Juliet. Hold on. Okay. Then we just join them together. So we put, which one's on top? Train. Just pin through. weekend. Not easy to do. Would have been easier to have put it through when it was flat. It didn't have all this stuff on it. It's more difficult because of excess, really. Well. Okay. Like the whole model has been, it's just a bit difficult to know where you can put pressure when it's so detailed. And then I'm going to turn it up and do it that way, hopefully. Well, how do you, how? How on earth can you access it to do that? He wants it to go downwards. Well, definitely easier to go the other way, because this keeps moving up. Maybe the only thing we can do is glue it down, give it a second, and then put the other piece in, because don't really put any pressure at the bottom of this, it just pushes it back up. So I'm thinking glue it, because it wants it to go down, not up. A second. I will go and get that model and get rid of all this paper, and we are done for this model. And it's a bit darker in here right now, so it should light up very nicely. Be back in a tick. So I did actually record this, and unfortunately the sound didn't come out just on this part. Everything else was fine. So I put these together by putting super glue on that inside. I could push it up sufficiently. So it is getting dark. Wow, it's really getting dark. Hold on, let me get light on. Goodness. Okay, it's a little bit of something. Took me a little bit to work out why my recorder suddenly stopped working. So remember, we do have that rail that will come out. Maybe I should do that. Might be a bit easier. And it doesn't go back all the way, it will get caught on the light actually. So that's handy. Found that out accidentally because I was going to send it in from the other way. I don't like that this rail literally comes out all the way. Oh, let's knock over the train too. Oh, come on. Don't be silly. You're fine. In. Definitely not a model to be played with, that's for sure. Right then, let's see how we are looking. So that's it done. Ready for the test. That trainer's on very crooked. There we go. So a bit better, right? That's where we are. How beautiful is that? So you can't see much, but before I show you the front, let's go with looking in. So it's really cool. Really sparse, isn't it, here? And very dark down here. Like really dark, but you can see in through those windows. Obviously the light up here is really nice. That's nice. Lights up all the top fine. And go to this side. Other than dangling the electrics right now. Looks really good here. So sparse. Such a waste of space up here, isn't it? For all the things we made. And that looks really nice. Could have done better on the, like if I'd coloured the edges on things. I think that would have made an improvement, but I think it is fine. The clock really looks good there too. And then on the side here, got this. Oh well. I am so glad I left those lights a little bit longer. Look how cool that is. Shaking all over the show. Can't remember where the other one was, wasn't it on the front? Let's have a look. Yeah, just in the one window. Oh, that one. Pointing from the opposite way. You can just about see them, but they aren't as long, so they don't have as much jiggle on them. But nevertheless, look inside those rooms, and that's absolutely stunning. I actually really, let's see if I can get this propped up for you guys. Managed to do it before. Let's get my grandmother's pen holder behind it. If it carries on much more, it's going to be under the camera. Maybe that's okay. So not the train. Don't really want to do that, do we? Let's see what else we can use. Just want to be able to leave it. Anyway, I think it looks stunning. And I really just need to buy better ways to prop things up. But this is a very big model and it's going to be quite heavy. So let's get our train back on a bit straighter because it's gone crooked. Still a bit crooked, there we go. Alrighty, so that's what we have. So I think the clock tower turned out fine. Could have been better if I'd followed the instructions. That was definitely on me. But like I say, a lot of it, you know, if I'd painted the edges and things like that, like I did on the Halo City one, or Holo City one, I think would have been better. I didn't do that on this occasion. I may go back and do some of it though. I will do a short on this so you'll be able to see all on the insides, but they're normally quite quick, aren't they? And it's hard to really see exactly what's going on, but I do think it looks delightful. You can see in all the rooms. Obviously there's some areas that you're just not going to see as well. I did think, I was hoping that the train would light up. It doesn't. Now that said, that light at the front there does shine on it quite well, so that's nice. And it really is giving quite a glow. You can see like it reflecting and things like that. And I think it's beautiful. Alright, so please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do appreciate everyone following along. I have loads more builds coming up. We're coming into the season, so we will be putting on some Christmas models. The first one we're going to be starting with is the Roka Dream Gift Factory. Very excited about doing this. Already made a start on putting it all together, so I couldn't put it down. I will say honestly, I just could not put it down. Strictly after this one though, I will be there's another one which I did a long time ago. I did one with my granddaughter called Lunar Models, something like that. Can't remember what the playlist is. I only had one video on it, and I had an opportunity where she wanted to video again, and I did leave her to her own devices with the microphone for a while so she could talk about anything, and I was out the room and come back, and when I edited it, it was like, oh, that is cute. It's a cute one. It's like a child's perspective on the world. It's fascinating. Anyway, that will be direct on today, directly after this video, so hopefully you will watch that and like it and support her, because it means a lot to her. She's young, but she's, you know, she's a child. She likes the attention just as much as everyone else, right? Anyway, any comments are very much appreciated. Thank you for joining me along for this ride. I will always get back to your comments. Well, I'm all over the show. But most of all, and the most important thing, take care of yourselves. Take care, guys. Bye bye now.